Okay, so in today's lesson, we're going to learn about setting goals, setting smart goals to prepare for the good life. So here we go. So if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up somewhere else. Okay, it's important to set goals in your life to obtain what you want out of life. Setting goals is like following a roadmap. You know, if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up somewhere else. Setting goals allows you to take control of your life's direction. So let's watch this video together.
There's something that I don't understand with traditional financial advice, and that is, why is it also unrealistic? You hear these financial experts say things like, "Stop buying hockey and save $1,000 a year." "Hey, I know you really want to buy this new car, but it's never too early to start saving for retirement." This advice is true, but for young guys like us, it's just not realistic. First, I don't want to feel guilty getting my cup of coffee. I'm pretty grumpy without it. Secondly, retirement is just so far away that I'm not thinking about it right now. It's just not a priority. For financial advice to really work in motivating us to save up, it should be based on some realistic, achievable goals. Before we can even think about things like debt, credit card, investing, we need to think about the goals and what we're saving for. Look, personal finance is more personal than finance. When we talk to dozens of people about their financial goals, we got all different kinds of answers. We don't have the time to talk about how to achieve all of them, but let's go with what the majority of people told us. And that's, they want to get married and to buy their own place within the next 5 years. So now that we have our own goals set, let me ask you this. Do you know how much the average wedding costs? How about the down payment you would have to put down on a small 2-bedroom condo? It's important to have concrete numbers to know how much you need to save up. Here are a few other goals that you might consider. We've taken some time to research the estimated costs of these goals. If your goal is to get married and to own a place, you would need $90,000 in your bank account ready to be withdrawn in 5 years. Can you confidently say that you can save up this amount by then? If you are already making 6 figures a year, and planning to have your parents back you up for your wedding and down payment, of course you can save that much. But if you're like me, making an average paycheck, working 9 to 5 with a growing list of monthly expenses, that number might be a bit frightening. Don't worry. In this series of videos, we'll give you the step-by-step guide on how to manage all of those expenses and still be able to save up for your goals. Let's recap. Now that you've written down your goals and know how much they cost, you have two options. You can continue to ignore your own finances and just hope that you'll save enough for your goals, or you can choose to do something about it. In our next video, we will provide you with some tools, and in 5 minutes, you will be able to break down your own current financial situation to know exactly how much you'll save in 5 years. This financial breakdown will be the start of your own money game plan. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe below. Also, join our email list at youngguysfinance.com. This is the end of the video, so tell us your goals and dreams. Leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, so did you know being purposeful about setting goals is important, including writing down your goals? You're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them on paper. The process of putting your goals on paper forces you to strategize, analyze, and plan to reach the goals. So goals are classified by time frame and type. So here's some time frame of goals. You got short term, 0 to 2 years, midterm, which is 2 to 8 to 15 years, and then long term, 8 to 15 years. So what are some examples for each category? What could you think of that could fit into the 0 to 2 years right now, realistically in your life? Midterm, what about 2 to 8 or 15 years? And then what about long term, 8 to 15? So what are some types of goals? So some types of goals are personal, professional, and financial. So an example of a personal goal would be maybe to exercise 4 times a week, or a professional goal to be promoted to manager. Financial, purchase a home by age 30. What are some examples for each category that you might have? Be thinking about that. So when you're making these goals, for goals to be powerful, they should be designed to be smart. A SMART goal has 5 parts. A SMART goal should be specific. You want to define exactly what you want. Should be measurable, include a precise amounts, attainable, challenging but realistic, relevant. It should align goals with the direction you want your life to go, and time-bound. You need to have a deadline set. So when writing goals, ask yourself the following questions. What do you want to buy? How much does it cost? How will you get the money? Is it relevant to your life's direction? When will the goal be accomplished? Put the answers together and you'll have a SMART goal. A goal you're more likely to reach because it's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. So what do you want to buy? The new iPhone. Costs $900. You're going to save $50 per paycheck. Yes, it aligns with your long-term goals, and it'll be accomplished in 9 months. I will purchase a new iPhone by saving $50 from my bi-weekly paycheck for 9 months. So that would be bi-weekly, $100 a month. Times 9, there's your $900 to pay for it. That's a specific that's a SMART goal. Okay? So let's create a SMART goal, but leave one part out and share it with the class. So for example, I will save $100 from my paycheck until January 1st. Well, what's missing? It's not specific. Okay, so let's pause the video here for a second and go to our Google Classroom stream and type an example of a SMART goal, but leave one part out and share it with the class. And then go read what your classmates put to see if you can figure out what's missing, and then you can comment by telling them what you think is missing. Then come back to this video. Okay, so hopefully you had some practice there, checking out what your classmates left out in their SMART goals. So here's TC's 2 cents, his advice for you. Don't wait until you have a full-time job to manage your money. How you manage your money now will be how you will manage money later. More money later. Think big picture and work backwards to small details. When you have a significant other, come up with joint goals. If you don't set goals, you won't hit them, and remember to write them down on paper and expect your goals to change. That's okay. So, and wrap up, it's important to set goals to achieve your life's ambitions. You're more likely to achieve goals if you write down your SMART goals. Okay? So let's go to our Google Classroom and take a look at the assignments. So here's 1A. We're going to write SMART goals, write 2 financial SMART goals, 1 short-term and 1 long-term using the format illustrated. Okay, so right here you'll write your short-term financial goal, right here long-term financial goal. And then the second assignment, you've learned now about SMART goals. It's time to apply your knowledge practically. Take some time and think about your short, mid, and long-term goals. Think about them in 3 categories: personally, professionally, and financially. You can create your own template or figure out the way you want to present your goals. It could be a spreadsheet, document, PowerPoint, or write them down and scan your handwritten page. Here's a suggested rough format. And you could even just type them in here if you'd like. You can define your own time frames. If you're graduating in 1 year and you want to define short-term goals as 0 to 1 before you graduate, or if you graduate this fall or you're going into the military, you might want to define a short-term goal as 0 to 6 months with midterm goals of 6 months to 4 years. Anyway, so you're going to submit your goals along with a 1 to 2 page summary answering these questions. So, and you can do that. Here's the rubric to follow, and you can actually click below the rubric and answer those 3 questions right here in this doc. Type your goals in here, adjust the time frame to fit your goals, and then turn this in by sharing it with me in our classroom assignment